Previously.
1, 2, 3.
X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show.
Hello and welcome to X-Rated, the X-Men animated review show. We are back and laced with adamantium and better than ever after a little mini break there. But you know what? It's great to be back with you, beautiful X-Goons. Who am I? Well, I'm one of your hosts, Dr. Skelhornelius. And my twin brother, Professor Andreham Cornelius, is also here.
I didn't have to change my name from last time. It was exactly the same.
You go. Well, actually, you're a Cornelius and I'm a Skelhornelius. You know, we're just from the same country, but not same family.
What country is that exactly?
Well, it sounds kind of Greek. I don't know.
Is it? Thopolis? Leonopolis?
Elias? I don't know.
Fretelius? I don't know. Cornelius?
Well, but we're here. And we're here to talk about Weapon X by Barry Windsor-Smith from the pages of Marvel Comics Presents back in 1991.
Is that when the series came out? 91.
Yep.
Yeah, I can tell with the little dude in the corner there.
Yeah, Namor there in the top.
He's older than that. That's not Namor in mine. Not the one I got.
What? What do you for 73?
So you look in the corner there.
Oh, you're got 72.
That's the first one.
Oh, well, I don't have 72, so I started with 73.
You fool. You stupid fool.
Crazy.
Sorry.
Oh, we thought it started with 73.
Not according to the Marvel Comics app. That's what I watch it Reddit on. But that's not Marvel Unlimited. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm right, though.
Well, how did it start then on 72?
You want to get right into it?
Well, I don't know. You got anything else you want to say before we
how spoiler do you want to get on what our opinions of this has been? I feel like we're going to differ on this.
Well, we might as well declare it now. We're going to spoil things.
No, I just meant like how spoiler you want to be on what I'm going to say by the end of it. Because I've never read this before.
Oh.
This is my first time reading it.
Okay.
It's beautiful to look at. I feel like it's really drawn out. Really drawn out. Like this could have been one comic easy.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yes, it could have been.
I don't agree with that.
Maybe
so,
two.
Well, I didn't read the first issue apparently. So there you go. But I enjoyed it all the same.
I think it's beautiful to look at. Like I said, I just feel like it was really drawn out. But
seen that cover. How did that one elude me all this time? Interesting.
How did you think it started with the next one?
I don't know. It just jumps right into it.
We get right into this. Experiment X. Look, and then they even go. Okay, I'll do it this way. Experiment X, and then he picks up the glasses. Oop, shit.
See, I think you and I have
glasses.
Way different takeaways of this series.
Did we read the same comic? Because
we definitely did.
Okay, but look, see, X-Men. So it says Experiment X, and then it makes X-Men when he picks up his glasses because it's upside down. Anyway,
yep.
I thought that was fun.
Like.
So, I mean,
I don't know gorgeous art all the way through.
I don't know how to describe this, like how to walk through this. It's a lot of the same for like 10 issues. I know that it's not full issues.
We don't really need to walk through it. Like you don't really need to bring it up. Really.
Well, basically, we see Logan get abducted at a bar by this Cornelius character and some of his staff. We see some reference to Cornelius himself here in this paperwork, by the way. Cornelius Sodden deaths, mercy killer quack eludes FBI, malpractice suits on the rise. So But it's just like, all right. So there's just some story issues I have with it, I guess. Pardon?
I think there's reasons for the things you're saying that I think
there's story issues that I have problem with, especially the very end of it, which I have a big problem with.
The end you have a big problem with?
Yes.
Oh, interesting. I thought you were gonna eat this up.
No, I think it's beautiful and I really did like it. I just think it's really, really, really drawn out.
Well, I mean, it's one of these Marvel Comics Presents things too.
See, it's only each issue is only a few pages. Like it's probably 4 or 5 pages per issue.
Eight,
I think it's 8 pages per issue. But there's like 11 of them or 10 of them, so it's like 80 pages and all said and done. I think this could have been done in 40 max, but anywho, so this is all setting up Logan kind of like being in House of Ill Repute and using guns and drinking and trying to stay away from other people. But just kind of, getting in fights and just kind of being a bit of a, malcontent. We see Cornelius, who's doing experiments on like monkeys and stuff, and them getting ready to essentially get the procedures underway. But Logan's thinking about going away to the Klondike, getting away from all this. But yeah, so you never read this issue?
Nope.
Interesting.
Nope.
So we see that the monkey experiment didn't work. We see like the attempt at what they were doing, but then them getting ready. Yeah, it's all kind of like allegories for Logan's life. I guess the more I think about it, the more I kind of like it. But
well, I guess I know what I'm going to be looking for at Back Issues Comic-Con.
Yeah. So yeah, we basically get like kind of Logan, living in having a sense of something bad's coming, and then experiments going on the other way. So this is where you started, number 73.
Where I picked her up. Yep.
Okay.
It's funny, as a kid, I only had.
It's funny because this actually
the last issue. I've had this one since I was a kid.
This is actually like I can see why you think this is the starting point, because it just shows him like out in the Klondike doing his job, but he wanted to get away to, and then getting kidnapped right at the beginning. And
then they take him, and then
So I can see why you think that was the start, but there was a whole previous issue setting it up.
I kind of like that abrupt start, but oh well, whatever.
Well, yeah, he gets kidnapped and then experimented on and plugged full of stuff, which takes 1,000 pages to get through all of this. Of them doing them talking about the process, about working on it, and then throughout the process they come to realize that his hair is growing back, even though they just shaved it, and that the wounds they took while taking him in are healing.
The fact that the Wolverine torture keeps going on and on and on is true, but there's different things they add each time that kind of make it either more horrifying or funny. Like one issue, they're just like torturing the shit out of them, and they're all like just kind of like joking about like tangents and shit while it's all going on, and that one's pretty funny.
I don't know if it's meant to be read as funny.
No, it's meant to be like everything is just layering horror on top of horror.
Yeah, like if this was a horror movie, it reminds me of a horror movie in the way it's paced and the way it's kind of done. Although, like in the horror movie, it's a bad guy killing people that are generally kind of innocent, or sort of jerks, but it doesn't necessarily deserve to be killed. These guys definitely deserve to be killed. So it's really like a revenge story.
But it's kind of a deep psychological horror, because like by the time you get to like near the end.
Yeah, but like if you watch like Sallow or one of those movies that a lot of people have trouble watching because it's just people getting tortured for 2 hours, or like Hostel or one of those, like people don't find that they're movies and they're interesting, but I wouldn't call them great. Like
this is better than that. This has got some like.
If they're beautiful, look at it helps. But yes,
art for sure. But like in the characters, all become kind of interesting. And then there's like the secret guy.
We never find out who that is, by the way.
Well, I know who that
we do later. Do we in other comics?
Yeah.
So anyway, basically, it's just a lot of them torturing him and putting him through the process. They discover at the end of the previous issue that he's a mutant, which apparently Cornelius didn't know. And he's on the phone with the secret people that are like controlling this experiment, saying they know when to proceed, but they never told him, basically. So there's a lot of them working with this program to put him through the adamantium, and then learning about the claws that he grows out of his hands. Now, it doesn't seem like he made claws before in the continuity of this book, but
No, it does the way they're talking about it. They're like, there's this because it's like siphoning more metal away than they're expecting it to, because it's
right,
covering
yes.
claw bones that they're not aware of.
Yeah, so he murders a guy throughout the process. He's kind of become through all this torturing they've given him, he's sort of become a bit of like sort of checked out and sort of become more bestial.
And through all of this, you just get to realize how absolutely horrible the professor is. Like, he's just the worst.
Yeah, it's torture porn for like half of
for
it.
him.
But like this book
Cornelius
generally,
and like Hines and the rest of them don't really like what's going on. They're kind of wrapped
although I'm kind of I felt that way until the big surprise ending, not an ending, where you kind of think that maybe they're just assholes too, because all of that memory is what they put in.
Well, they're not great. They're certainly not great.
Yeah. Well, Logan smashes through and has a chance to kill them, but they subdue before that happens.
Yeah, like that's the thing. There's all these layers of like the horror, because like they keep torturing him and then bringing him back, and sometimes they'll just leave him out in the cold to torture him more, and like make him kill animals, which he wouldn't want to do, and like taunt him and make fun of him and demean him the entire time. It's awful. It's like,
yeah, like he just keeps almost escaping. Like, I don't know why they're surprised that he keeps rehealing and almost escaping, and like every time they drug him, he gets up faster. And it's like, because they established that he has this healing factor.
they seem to think there's like way more of a cap on this healing factor than there actually is.
Now look who we got in the corner.
But he's also playing that up. Like Wolverine, if he was angry and not under all his control, he would just snap right up from something and come at you again. But he's kind of in a stupor this whole time, so he's slow.
Yeah, but you get to like this. The visuals in this are beautiful.
Oh, amazing!
But they have like a.
Smith, I would call this a masterpiece myself.
Yeah, I agree.
He
I really should read that book Monster he did a few years ago. That was like a Hulk story that he turned into a standalone story.
Yeah, I've been wanting to read that.
I have it. I just haven't read it yet.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Basically, they figured out a way to like speak to his psyche and explain to it and get him to do what they want him to do. With this programming they have, and kind of seeing what
point for Professor. They knew
they want him to be a mindless weapon,
but can they control it? Is like what all this testing is for.
They have like a screen that shows like his inner mind about what's going on, and it has these horrific versions of himself looking like this, and asking what they did to him, because that's how it's receiving his, his turmoiled inner mind.
He keeps seeing himself that way, even near the end of the book, like with all these spikes and everything. Like that's how he feels, and like his memory. Yeah, man, it's horrifying stuff.
Yeah,
like it makes you wonder, like, because if you hadn't read this, like, well, you hadn't, like, but you've seen all these other like absolutely ridiculous things they've done to Wolverine, like have him barreling into a sun and everything, right? So it's like, how can this still be the thing that haunts him the most? And then you read this and you're like, well, this is how, because it's pretty much is the worst thing that ever happened.
I like how you see the mention
over again.
And you see the mention that his claws come out and that they leave a lot of blood, so they put the metal things in there that always leave it open, which is interesting because he doesn't really have that in the comics, I don't think, now. But you see it on his hands the previous way. You also see
they've become just part of the gloves.
In his inner mind, you see what he wants to do, which is stab Cornelius directly in the face. Like, this was a kid that was this approved by the Comics Code comic? Because I can't see.
Yeah, man, I had the last one, 84, when I was a kid.
Pretty dark.
Yeah,
and violent stuff.
Authority, as long as you didn't say with the word vampires or witches, or
you could show a guy with the holes through his face.
Oh man, yeah, it's brutal. This is a super brutal. Because then, like, in this, I think, it's this one, I guess, where he gets out, and
they let him out to practice him attacking. They starve wolves for 6 days and cover him in sheep's blood, and then put him out and have the wolves attack him just to see him rip him to shreds. Basically, he's just letting them eat him until eventually his bloodlust or his desire to live kicks in, and then he just shreds the entire pack of wolves. And like, there's some beautiful, like, once again, I said nothing to take away from how beautiful this book is. Like if I said like the story was 5 and the art was 5, then it would be 5 for art 100%. The story would be like a 3. It's still like it's just drawn out to me a lot more.
But again, for a few reasons.
No, I don't think it needed to be this long. Like it just there's things they return to a few times, which they only really need to do once. So you can get the vibe that Cornelius is a monster and they're really torturing him without.
But it's the artistic storytelling he's trying to do here.
Yeah, well, that's true. That has come through.
He's like he adds something every time. So like one, it's just horrifying. Then they're like they show it again and they're demeaning him, and then they show it again, and it's like, that's when he goes on this rampage, and like
which isn't
kills
really
everybody.
done.
And
But
then
he
you
doesn't.
pull that out from under the rug because that's all in his head too.
That's one of my
Like,
biggest complaints.
You don't like that? I thought that was
no. I think it would have been better if it ended with that, and they
because
left it
like it pulls the reader into feeling what he's feeling, like where he doesn't know what's real, and I thought that was brilliant. Because then like the next time they show what's going on, there's also like this replay happening of stuff that had happened before. So it's like it's just getting more and more confusing until you eventually like get to the point where you definitely know you're seeing reality. But yeah, I thought it's pretty great stuff.
I guess it's kind of a cop out of that was it's all a dream element, and especially they reference this a lot back to being like these being scenes of him murdering all these people.
But we don't know what was a dream. All we know that was a dream was that one thing for sure.
No, I think that whole final segment was a dream.
The whole like slaughter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole rampage is a dream. Yeah. But everything else, not so much, I don't think.
They have him kill a bear here.
Yeah.
And then we see that shit, what's this guy's name?
Cornelius?
No, this guy. The girl's the Hines, right?
Yeah, that's
what's
Cornelius.
This guy's name? This Cornelius, isn't it? The bald guy?
The professor.
Oh, Cornelius and the professor are different characters?
Yes.
He was called Abraham Cornelius in the
No, he's Dr. Cornelius, and Professor is another guy.
He was Abraham Cornelius in the Hulk X-Men movie or the Hulk Wolverine movie we watched. That was the character's name.
Yeah, but he's not the Professor. He's Dr. Cornelius.
This guy right here, the guy with the glasses and the red beard, is Dr. Cornelius. Yeah. Isn't the bald guy with the glasses Dr. Cornelius?
No, that's the Professor. One's a doctor and one's a professor.
Are they both Cornelii?
No.
No, he's referred to as
Cornelius. We never get his name.
Okay, so they just, for the sake of whatever, they gave him that name. They gave the bald because he in the other versions, he's clearly looks like the bald guy character. And like in Wolverine in the X-Men Evolution, he looked like this guy, and in Wolverine the X-Men, he looked like this guy, and I think even in Wolverine X-Men, the original X-Men series, he looked like this guy. But he was so they must have just combined the names. All right.
Dude,
so Cornelius believes that he's not just an animal, he's a person, he has human like whatever. Hines kind of agrees, but they're kind of locked into working on this stuff. We see Logan escape.
Eventually Hines is just like, I wish I really hadn't started with this company. And Norris is like, yeah, me too, kinda.
And Logan just sort of kills everybody to get to Cornelius.
Like that would be like there's so many different things that would make a crazy horror movie out of this. All the psychological stuff, the brutal rampage he goes on. Like because they show a lot of fear in the soldiers. Like this, especially this one guy who's like radio. He's just like, I'm the only one left. And he's just like, oh my God, he's coming for me. And it's just like, yeah.
Yeah, so he cuts off Cornelius' hand.
The whole time there's just like soldiers screaming for help and for orders, and they never give them any. And like
because of course, I'll explain why when we get to the end of this. What bothers me about this? So it's all Cornelius' hand gets cut off. Wolverine's just killing everybody. They basically get into the chamber where they use the adamantium to create him and believe they can incinerate him using the same thing. Yeah. So Wolverine gets in. It's ready to attack them. That's a great.
He finds his bait.
Yeah, well, we're just getting to that now. So basically, he Cornelius doesn't want to shoot him. Professor like hits him. He does end up shooting him.
Smacks him on the back.
Which makes Logan kill. Which makes Logan brutally murder him. And then
I don't know. I think this would be an awesome like short movie.
It would be a good horror. Like if they made just a Weapon X movie about all this.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Yeah, if they like done this as a side note in like X-Men 2 with Stryker and Wolverine made a whole episode of this, that would be great if they could do it. He uses Heinz as bait, knocks her into the pit, so Wolverine comes in.
He's like, "Don't break your neck. I need you to scream."
Yeah, scream. Yeah, that is pretty good. I guess my biggest complaint, I do like the story. I just think it's really a lot longerly drawn out than it needs to be. But the art is beautiful. So Logan does get incinerated, but not enough to actually die. He manages, while on fire, to climb up to Cornelius's building and attack him, remembering that he is Logan, and then cutting off his other hand. And then makes the thing that he wanted to happen in his dream a reality.
Yep, 3 claws in the forehead.
But
here's the final issue, which is like at least double as long from the other issues.
Throws Cornelius into the fire, and then goes out into the wild, sees all the dead people that he killed, realizing what he's become, what he is. He's starting to kind of reconnect about being an animal and his programming. Goes out into the...
There was a big scene where he's just like, Cornelius calls him an animal. He's just like, no, I'm a man. You're the animal.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true, of course.
I'm a man, not a number.
It's kind of the Frankenstein monster in Doctor.
A little bit, yeah, but he's got this eternal image of himself with these spikes coming out of him and stuff related to the animating process. But he breaks out and then, of course, encounters a Bengal tiger, which is out in the side. And they mentioned earlier about having him fight one after the bear to see how he does with that. And there's a big old fight where he manages to kill the tiger. And then it is revealed that all of the previous couple issues have all been in Logan's head and part of his programming to try to get him to be the soldier they want him to be by engaging with a little bit of empathy after killing all these other people and seeing what would do to him. Yeah. But he does say in the simulation he failed to kill Heinz, so he still has some humanity. Yeah. And
she's like, Dr. Cornelius, I really don't think he would have killed you either if the head.
Yeah, if you had hit the button and made him. So setting him out to fight the tiger was all part of him believing that all this stuff happened first with the programming they do. And then Cornelius does mention that in the programming, this is what doesn't make sense to me.
Okay.
So it's like a movie where somebody is remembering something, like say I'm telling a story about what happened in the past, and then in that story I show you something where 2 other people are in a room by themselves talking and I'm not there. How did I know that happened? How would it make sense that Logan...
You can hear everything.
Okay, that's your excuse. No, you're in a fucking vat with like shit plugged into you and like your adamantium and they use stuff.
Wolverine knows what most of this is. Like,
I don't think so.
Is
so he knew all the private.
How does he know where the professor is? It's like, of course he does.
He knew the professor having secret phone calls in his office. He knew about these people having all these conversations about morality in their office alone together. No, I don't buy that.
Heard everything.
I don't buy that in the least. Yeah. Even Cornelius says, why would you put in this program that you had some secret master? And then he's just like, oh yeah, I totally made that up.
He thought it was awesome. He's just like, it's pretty cool that you made this secret master plot line or whatever. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
But then we see Logan.
He's like, oh yeah, that secret thing. Haha.
Yeah. So we see Logan is still broken free of the programming, even in killing the guards that come to take him back, and then
but he only killed like 2 guards instead of like 50.
Yes, but every time we see flashbacks in other comics of Logan going crazy, it shows those scenes of him throwing bodies everywhere and like destroying people.
Yes, because it's
mountains of them.
All those things are in his head, whether they were real.
I don't know. I just don't like that.
That's why we're seeing them. They're the things that they're pumping into his head.
No, but like you'll see other people talk about what happened with Weapon X, and you'll see the pictures of him just going through bodies. Like that scene of him just throwing bodies and then bodies all around him is shown a lot in other comics.
Yeah, we're just seeing his memories though.
But it's not just when he's talking about it; it's when other people are talking about it.
Yeah, but they weren't there.
Then why are they showing that? They wouldn't know what his
All
memory
we have
is.
to base it on is his memory.
No, you're just being over apologetic as Wolverine. You love him.
Preposterous.
It doesn't make sense. It's still a good comic. I'm not taking away. I just think it could be a little better. Anyway, then we get to the end where we're not going to see the comeuppance because we kind of already did, but it's going to happen again because now he's free and then he goes to attack people. So, end of comic. Who is the person
where's the last page? Go to the last page.
This is the last page.
No.
See the end in the corner?
Yeah, but there's more page. Is this where you stopped reading?
Oh, yeah, the interlude. Sorry. Yes. No, I did read the rest. I forgot about that. Sorry. It's sort of a coda about.
Yeah, it's him getting away.
Yeah, they talk about he didn't. This is where they find out he didn't volunteer for this. He was abducted.
Yeah. So like,
it's like a little bit about.
He just said it was sort of his destiny.
He says he's a mutant. Yeah. He said he isn't human. He goes, he's definitely managed to be turned into a monster.
And they were saying how he hated the fact that he was a mutant, and they used that to create this like killer in the first place, which is interesting.
Yeah, we see everyone's dead. So like they had this conversation before about.
Oh, we don't see everyone's dead. Go back to that last page.
Oh shit! How do I do that?
We see one hand, one bloody hand. So we're left to speculate on whose hand that is. Clearly, he's not going to kill Hines. But if we zoom ahead to Death of Wolverine #4.
Oh, so when Hines comes back?
No, that's where Cornelius comes back. So it's the professor he's killed there.
I see.
Yeah, there's old man Cornelius. The old man Cornelius kind of looks like the professor, but with a beard. Can you see this here? Hold on.
Not really.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of the screen because we're done with it. So that'll help. Oh yeah. Yeah, he's still got hair on the sides.
Yeah. So
who is Professor? Who is the professor talking to?
Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister was running Weapon X back in those days.
Okay, so but like that. When did that become knowledge?
Later.
How later? Like decades later?
No. I don't.
This was made 91.
Maybe a decade later, or so.
So I feel like they didn't have an answer then. They couldn't have if they waited 10 years to answer it.
I don't think they had an answer then either. I mean, maybe they had that in mind.
No, it's a beautiful story. Good little horror.
Sinister was a character by 91. So
yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. Scary. Fun, scary stuff. I just feel like it was a bit drawn out. That lost a few points for me because of it. But I do really like it. I did like it. It does have some interesting animal versus, who's the animal, what's destiny, what is the person. But I just feel like it's a little surface for my liking.
Well, I thought they added enough layers and interesting character stuff and kind of twists and turns and kind of, I don't know. I just felt they did a really good job of kind of putting you into the mindset of what's happening to Wolverine, and that's what made it so horrifying. Yeah,
you get that.
Like it's horror on so many levels. Like
I feel like
porn, it's like psychological stuff.
I guess it's like what I've heard or what my vision of what Logan was after the Weapon X program has been severely changed based on this, because he always seems like he's just a rabid animal that murders everybody in the program, then runs off into the jungle and lives.
This is better than that. This is better than that, though. Like that's just like
I feel like it's a roundabout way to do the same thing with this.
And that is how he leaves there. He like kills two guys and runs off into the woods.
I just feel like the way that they refer to it in every other instance, even people that weren't part of it, that have nothing to do with Logan, that talk about how much murder and stuff happened when he's like what animal he was. I just feel like this doesn't show him ever as really being an animal or a monster of any kind.
Again, well, it does.
It doesn't. Well, when he has a chance, when he breaks free of his program, he kills one person and runs off into the woods.
No, because he's not an animal, but they made him be one. Like they made him go out there and slaughter animals.
I don't know why. No, I mean, there's comics where we see him attacking and killing animals in the wild.
Yeah, but
he's not. So I don't know. I just feel like it robs me of the Logan I've had in my head, and I think that the other comics have given us for decades a little bit.
Well, no. So what you're picturing is that happens. So where this ends, he's feral in the woods for quite a while after that.
Yeah, that's fine.
So because he has no memories, that you establish that at the end of this comic too, that he can't really remember anything before the Weapon X program.
But don't we establish that he couldn't really remember anything after the Origin, the first one? Like it's his memory from there that gets wiped. Or Origin 2 or whatever. I think it's Origin 1, whatever one that one was, but at the end he doesn't really remember. He kills what's-her-face, the Jean Grey standard, and then doesn't remember by accident, and then doesn't remember anything.
We'll have to review that one too. But yeah, maybe that was a bit of a retcon.
Oh, I mean, yes, we can't. Maybe I'm putting too much stake into that because comics retcon themselves all the time. Marvel has a way of subtly doing it when DC makes big giant versions of it, but Marvel's just like, oh, it was always this way, or this is the new way that we're remembering it now, and it's always pretty close to what it was. It just might be slightly different.
But what you're thinking of, like when like Heather Hudson finds him and he's like super animalistic and stuff.
Mostly what I'm thinking about is when he was there's a part that always kind of comes up when they refer to Weapon X where he's just like he's murdered like hundreds of people and then ripped a hole out of the facility and ran away. Like they do it in X-Men, like in the movie.
But what you find out in this comic is that happened, but it was all in his head. So it's just adding a layer to what that is, and I find that makes it more.
But he must know that it wasn't real if he goes and kills them.
He doesn't know that. We do.
Why'd he go and kill them again?
Oh, he does know, doesn't he? Well, he's
killed them twice about it, and apparently he spared two of them and just killed the third guy.
Yeah,
so it's even worse. So he learned enough to not want to kill those other two people.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But who knows how many soldiers they've sacrificed to him in all this torture.
I guess, but I just always like the scene of him running around. You know.
Can you hear this? We didn't test that effect.
Yep.
Each of us will have to look into his own heart and decide.
8.
I'm giving it a 10. I thought the story was. I didn't see the flaws that you saw when I was reading it. I was just like sucked right in the whole time, and I was reading the side stories too. So I wasn't reading it just kind of in one sitting. I was reading other stories in between. But yeah, I'll give it a 10.
Cool. Right. That's fine. It's good. Like I said, I just feel it was drawn out.
No worries. Everyone should go read it though.
It's definitely worth reading.
Gives you more understanding of the Wolverine.
It's beautiful look at. Did he write? Windsor-Smith wrote it too, right?
Yeah, he did. That's why I say it's a masterpiece. He just like churned out this masterpiece, I think.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing. Perhaps he was given a mandate by Marvel to say tell the story in 80 pages, you know, and that, like, I'm not saying it's necessarily all of his decisions which led to it to be this way.
They do it in parts. Like there's like a lot of 8-part stories you see come up in these Marvel Comics Presents. There's usually like an 8-parter going along with like a couple 1-parters and like a 2-parter or something. It's usually what's happening in these books.
Paul Galucci is listed as a penciler in this issue. Must be another story.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's.
How many stories were in these? Like 3 8-page stories?
4 in every one.
4 times 4, so they were bigger than regular comics. 8 times 4 would be 36 pages.
Had more. That's what they had back in those days.
36 pages, really? Seems okay.
Hey, check this out.
Got any comic recommendations?
Sure. It's not a perfect comic, but it does remind me of this a little bit. I've been trying to get through a lot of my floppy issues because that stack has been growing and growing, and I haven't had time to really get to read it. So I grab random issues and trying to get through the Spider-Man comics I've been behind on and some other stuff. But I did finally read this, which I was pleasantly surprised it was fun. Once again, not perfect, but fun. Invite share screen. Dan Waters, this Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives comic, which is kind of a more modernized take on the Creature from the Black Lagoon, which is one of my favorite of the old black and white Universal horror comics. And it's a modern take on it, which a reporter who is almost killed by a serial killer that drowns people escapes to the Amazon rainforest, and she chases him trying to find him, and while doing so runs into drug runners and other things, and this thing which lives in the jungle and a group of people trying to find it. So they make an interesting sojourn into some. Oh, I earned a free book.
Things we've gotten since they've gone public domain.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. I don't know.
Everyone wants to take their crack at the Universal Monsters.
I
have an idea.
I don't think they are public domain anymore.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think it has to be 100 years.
They are. They all went public.
No, they're not. There's 30 years. I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure they did the other like a year or two ago.
No, that would make a little sense because I noticed how much you're only allowed to do. Like, I think you can do Frankenstein because the book is public domain, but you can't make him look like Boris Karloff did in the movie because that wasn't. So, like, you can make him look different, but he can't have the flat head and the bolts in the necks and the classic sort of Frankenstein look. But I am a big fan of this movie. As you can see, I have a poster. You can't. So
it's one of the best creature designs. It's good stuff.
The creature posters over there by the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah, it's a fun little book. It's only 4 issues and read it pretty fast. I've also was reading the Usagi Yojimbo Ninja Turtles crossover, the most recent one, which is really fun if you like Usagi Yojimbo. And I finally finished the last 2 parts, which I was waiting to get and just fell in my pile. I never got around to, but I watched the last 2 parts of former guest from my other podcast, Dave Howlett's comic, The Makers, which I'd really suggest if you haven't read it. It's like kind of a throwback to like the Image comics where they left Marvel and started their own series, but it makes analogs for a lot of those characters and then gets them wrapped up in a almost Grant Morrison style creative battle with beings beyond our reality. It's very interesting and very, very well done. Beautifully drawn too. Dave's very talented. So yeah, check out all those.
All right, check out all those. What am I gonna suggest here? Here's what I'm gonna suggest. Hold on, I'm gonna grab the image for you. But I will say, I have not read it yet. But I'm gonna suggest everyone else go read it anyway, because I'm super, super looking forward to reading it. And I have it waiting for me in a giant robot, and that is Star Trek Deviations Threads of Destiny.
Star Trek Deviant?
Deviations. So yeah, it's just a one-shot.
No breathing.
Focused. I'm super looking forward to it. Go check it out.
That's really cool.
Anthony Fowler Jr., he was on your show. He does the inks on this one.
Oh, beautiful. Very talented man.
No, very much so. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And another one I haven't read yet because it's waiting for me at the comic shop is Cyclops #1. I'm definitely probably going to be my recommendation next week. We'll see. I'm looking forward to reading both of those.
That sounds fun.
So, what's next here? Oh, how about...
Oh, yeah, the Faith Aaron Hicks Mummy comic in that series of new Marvel or Universal horror comics is pretty good, as well as the Dracula one. I haven't read the Frankenstein one. Also, just a side note, if you want to read something good, I got this recently. David Lynch wrote this book called Catching the Big Fish, which is sort of about creativity and sort of relates to transcendentalism meditation, which is something he was very big in. And it kind of intersperses his takes on creativity and art. And, you know, a little insight into his particular type of madness. But it's a really interesting little read. It's pretty fast because each page is not that big. And some of them are just like little interstitials. But This is one of my favorite bits I read. It says, I went to a psychiatrist once. I was doing something that had become a pattern in my life, and I thought, well, I should go talk to a psychiatrist. When I got into the room, I asked him, do you think that this process could in any way damage my creativity? And he said, well, David, I have to be honest, it could. And I shook his hand and I left.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, it's good. If you love David Lynch as much as I do, it's good insight into his mind.
You don't like the movie? Change the channel.
All right.
Remote taking us.
My remote. Okay, before I do that, I just want to show you this because I just discovered this when I was looking up the previous thing, because I think it's very interesting. Share screen window. Look at this. Apparently, this was a design for a Creature from the Black Lagoon movie that never happened. It looks like an eel more.
I like it.
Look at this. This is a bigger picture of it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
I think it's really neat.
Eelish.
This is there's a better picture if you go to the thing, but
Kind of
look at
like
that.
a predator a little bit too.
Yeah, but like kind of fishy reptile. It's neat. I think it's really neat. Kind of more slender like a fish, right? Anyway, movie suggestions. What should I suggest? I watched Scream 7. I don't suggest that. Let me close the window here. I didn't like Scream 7 very much. I did watch Demolition Man, and I've never seen it before.
You've never seen Demolition Man?
Nope. It was a fun watch. Would I call it perfect? No. Would I call it, pure art? No. But is it fun enough to watch? Definitely.
Definitely.
I watched the original.
Watch
I watched the original Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger, which also is kind of fun and worth watching. But I did pick up some recent movies that I have yet to watch, and those are Nicolas Cage's Leaving Las Vegas.
Oh, yep.
U-571
Mm-hmm.
and Catch 22, based on the Joseph Heller book, the first adaptation, starring Alan Arkin. Oh, there's a kitty.
Hey, Andre.
Hello. Yeah, so watch those. Watch movies. Watch as many movies as you can. Get out there and watch some movies, man. Movies.
Are you waiting for the end of the show so I can just go meow?
Also, if you're care about the arts in any way and you live in Nova Scotia, please write your local MLA and
I have
complain
not
about
been
these budget
kind to the
cuts.
premier on Facebook.
You never were before, but yeah.
Especially so. He's attacking the arts and the environment, so like the two things I care about the most.
I agree.
So we're enemies.
Same with me. I saw your post about Dave Ritchie. He's the MLA of Bible Hill. Like he's in my area. The clip, and Dave's actually not a bad guy.
What a clueless fool.
I'm going to somewhat defend him in that he's actually like not a bad guy, but I do believe his party really fucked him here, and it shows that
he's at least the very most he's a coward.
No one told him anything, I don't think,
and a kind of a fool at the very best.
But yeah, that was a real brutal. I had secondhand embarrassment just watching that thing. So,
oh my god. But yeah, interesting political times here in Nova Scotia.
Yeah, did you see the clip of him trying to speak at the black the black
gala,
business
the
gala?
Gala.
They all they booed him off the stage.
Oh, it was awesome. It was that was the highlight of my week.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. But he does have
protested outside of his office today, but he's in Ontario with Dougie Ford.
Yeah, there's a big one going on tomorrow, I think, isn't there? In Halifax?
What?
There's a big one going on tomorrow, I think, in Halifax, a protest.
Well, there was today. I don't know.
I thought it was tomorrow. The one in Truro is to Thursday.
I think you're right. I think there is one on the 4th.
I think there's an arts one specific tomorrow. I think it might have been more about the environment stuff today.
But, yeah, so that's that. Where's my remote taking me recently? Back to Deep Space Nine.
Ooh.
In a few months. I'm always watching Deep Space Nine, but I haven't in quite a while. Like every year, I have to at least watch it once. I think it's the best. Anything else I've been watching recently? Nope, not really. Nope, I'd say not. Other than Wonder Man and stuff, you like that as well. Good stuff.
I was very impressed with that show.
Yeah.
Did we talk about it? I don't think we did. I finally watched it like a week ago.
I don't know if we did talk about it last episode or not, but yeah, it was good. Ben Kingsley puts on an acting clinic than the whole thing.
I mean, they both do. They're both excellent.
Yeah.
And I mean, really, it's a love letter to the craft of acting more than anything. And I was quite pleasantly surprised that it doesn't do the same thing that a lot of the other shows do and movies do. When there's not some big fight with some big superpowered bad guy. Like most shows would make his brother into what's his brother's name in the comic? Death. Grim Reaper? Is his brother the Grim Reaper in the comics? Wonder Man?
Yeah, Grim Reaper.
Yeah, so like most shows would have made his brother into the Grim Reaper character, and there would have some big giant super battle at the end. And I really like that they sort of.
I mean, he's still probably the Grim Reaper character, but they just didn't do that battle or anything. That's for sure.
No, he's still he actually's not a bad person. Like at the end, he actually stuck up for his brother.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. It'd be really odd if they did go that route. It doesn't the vibe of that show does not really feel like they were heading that way.
Grim Reaper. Just wait. Season 2, they're talking about it. But
you
know what I've been watching recently? Because Anif and I were talking about Mortal Kombat after that trailer dropped, which looks way better than the first one. And he sent me this compilation on YouTube that's 15 hours of the cutscenes and all the recent Mortal Kombat video games, but it plays like a movie. And I'm 7 hours into it, and they'll never make a Mortal Kombat movie that good. It's pretty great. Yeah, I listened to a lot of it one day. That's for sure.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right, I got a segment here to do
right.
with these issues here. We got some kind of a.
Surely you've learned by now that there is no more important work than teaching the young.
Why not? This is a top X segment. Okay.
What do you need?
Oh, still playing. What do you need? Yeah, so this is a top X segment. This is my top 10 stories or otherwise, but I think it might just be stories from the side stories from all these Marvel Comics Presents issues.
10? There's 10 various side stories in all those issues?
More than that. This is just the 10 I thought was the coolest to mention. So the first one I liked a lot. Now it starts off in the first issue. There's it starts halfway through 8-part Shauna the She-Devil story that looks pretty cool, but I didn't bother reading that because it was halfway through. But the first story that caught my eye is the one where Namor beats up. They have this vacuum trawler, the ship, and they're destroying the ocean, and he just sneaks onto the boat or jumps onto the boat and beats the crap out of them and breaks their boat and leaves. So that was cool. I always I
think I've mentioned it before, but there's
Captain Planet stuff.
Submariner, the depth or the deeps or something. It was a 5-part Peter Milligan horror story that was sort of people dredging the bottom of the ocean, and then it's really, really good. I remember really enjoying that book.
John Byrne's name.
Oh yeah, but that was more standard superhero stuff. But Submariner to the Depths, 2008 is when it came out. Check it out. It's a cool little horror comic that's
yeah, I will.
Shows how cool Namor could be.
Yeah, man, we get flashes of that sometimes. And the next story that caught my eye was a Scott Lobdell story about the Constrictor. And it's just kind of it's an interesting story where he's trying to save this kid. It just kind of shows the line that he walks between good guy and bad guy kind of thing. It's just kind of an interesting character study on those gray area vigilante kind of characters. And then the next one that caught my eye was Doom by Dave Cockrum. And it's this big Doctor Doom story where he destroys the world practically and does all this stuff, and in the end it just turns out it's Franklin's dream. Franklin's having a dream at night.
No.
Which with his powers could make it real. But that was pretty fun. And then another one that was pretty good was there was the Dracula in Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos story, where it's during World War II, obviously, because Howling Commandos and stuff. But the Nazis show up and kill a bunch of Dracula's servants while he's sleeping because they're gypsies. He has a bunch of gypsy servants. So he wants to take revenge on the Nazis, Dracula, because, he, to some sort of degree, either like he cares about his servants. They're like, master, help us, and blah, blah, blah. And he's just like, I will, and blah, blah, blah. So he finds the Nazi camp, but he can't go in unless they invite him in because it's all complete. It's a fortress, so it's completely blocked off. So he turns into a bat or whatever and like looks around and he finds this other kind of Nazi camp. And he notices like American soldiers about to attack it. It's the Howling Commandos and Nick Fury and stuff. So
That's fun.
So he goes into that fort with them and he convinces them. He's just like, you have to come with me. There's this other Nazi fort. They're just like, oh, that's not our mission, blah, blah, blah. They're just like, he's just like, no, but it'll be easy. We'll just go in there and we'll kill all these Nazis. Dracula's telling the Howling Commandos and stuff. And so he does, and eventually helps them, and he gets his revenge. It's it's a horror story at the same time. It's like it's wartime horror story. It's pretty good. Yeah, and then the next one I thought was really funny was one called Not Interested, and it's about Celine, the Black Queen.
No.
She like goes into a bar and the Hulk's in there and she finds him, big and impressive. So she tries to buy him a drink and he's like, not interested. She's like, whoa, I'm Celine, and starts to tell him off. She's just like, you will be impressed and you will be coming back to my bed with me and blah, blah, blah. He's like, not interested. She's like, whoa there, buddy. I mean, you're turning me on a little bit with this not interested stuff, but I'll tell you right now, this better stop because I'm Celine and blah, blah, blah. He's just like, I said not interested. And he like throws her out of the bar and all this. It's pretty funny. It's pretty short. It was pretty funny. And then there was a Daughters of the Dragon one by Joe Duffy. That was quite good. Colleen Wing and Misty Knight. So they're trying to help find this kid that was kidnapped. They were in contact with the parents because, they run Daughters of the Dragon Detective Agency or whatever. And so they're trying to find this kid who was kidnapped. And in trying to find this kid that's kidnapped, they run into this other kid in the alley who's just like, oh yeah, I know where the kidnappers are, and takes them right to the kidnappers and blah blah blah. And she seems to know more than she should. So anyway, Colleen Wing and Misty Knight go in there and they beat the crap out of the kidnappers. And then they're like, but where's the kid? Where's the kidnapped kid? And then they find out that the kidnapped kid was the kid who helped them, and the kidnapped kid just wanted them to go there and beat the shit out of the kidnappers. So it was a pretty fun trick that the kid played.
That's fun.
Yeah. There's some good stories in these. And then another one, number 6, would be Mr. Fantastic. He wants to get a break. He's trying to think of something and he's having a little writer's block. So he goes to the arcade, gets the highest score on all the machines, ends up getting into a fight with someone who's bunch of thugs that are trying to rough up people in the arcade and stuff. And he stops them. And they underestimate. He was like, you're not the Thing or the Human Torch. And they're like, he's like, yeah, well, I'm still going to kick your ass. And he does. And then at the end, he's just like, this kid's really sad. And he's just like, don't worry, kid. Just like, just thinks the kid's traumatized or whatever. He's just like, no, I had the high score on all those machines until today. And now you do. It's like the kid's pissed that Reed beat all his scores. So that was kind of funny. Number 7, Daredevil the Call. This one was written by Robert Denatale. And this one was interesting because there's this like landlord hassling this grandmother and grandson. Or was it grandson or granddaughter? Granddaughter. And she like curses him. She's like, I am gonna call the demon to deal with you or whatever about the landlord. It's like hustling them. And so it's just Daredevil because like Matt overheard what was going on. So she sees it also, but she thinks it's this demon. And eventually the granddaughter clues in that it's not a demon because it's like looks too much like a man and whatever. And she figures it all out. And it's just a weird way the story goes where it's like this awakening for the kid to realize that they're not as superstitious and as easily convinced of things that aren't real as their grandparent, and like, yeah, it goes a bunch of different places. And he beats the crap out of a bunch of like this big mutant thing at the end, kind of too. No, wait, that I'm confusing that with a different story. All right, so in number 9 is Ant-Man Time Bomb with wicked art. Like the art stand out on that one by James Fry and Hilary Barta. Crazy good art in this one. But it's like Scott Lang is trying to like he's inside of a bomb at like, I don't know, whatever it was, like some bank or something, I don't know. But he's trying to defuse it, and Cassie's at home watching it all on the news. So it's like this kind of two perspectives of it all happening at once. And so he eventually calls in a couple ants to help him, and they have to pull the things at the same time. And she's like, "Oh my God, did the ants pull the cord?" He's like, "Yay, I'm alive. They pulled the cord." And she's like, "Good job, guys." And he's like, "Get out of there." Yeah, just one of those kind of stories. The art was the biggest standout of it. And the last one I chose was Hawkeye: The Distance by Fabian Nicieza. What was that one about? The distance. Give me a sec.
It's called The Distance.
Yeah.
She's going the distance. He's going for speed.
This one.
All alone, all alone, all alone in your time of need.
Jog my memory here.
Oh, you don't know Cake?
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, it's kind of a sad story about this like guy who's trying to like commit suicide, and Hawkeye's trying to stop him.
Does Hawkeye succeed?
In this guy was like a boxer, and it's not a good one. He could never go the distance, is what they always said about him.
Oh, I see. I feel like I remember hearing this story.
So it's like about him going the distance, but not, and again choosing not to go the distance in his life. But like the fact that he finally does go the distance because Hawkeye tries to save him but can't, and so it's a pretty sad story.
Very interesting.
So yeah, man, kids comics were just not what kids things are today. I'll tell you that. As a fellow with kids stuff's pretty innocuous these days. Like it's good at teaching like kindness and different skills and stuff, but whew, they didn't challenge the kids' senses like that back in these days. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, there's some complex and dark storytelling, which is nice.
So yeah, that was my top X. Go check those issues out, everybody. And Marvel Comics Presents in general. Like I used to have a bunch more of these. I should probably pick more up. Really good stuff in there, and a lot of like crazy good artists and writers rotate through those books too. Like there was one story I didn't pick it because it was a Captain America story. It didn't really speak to me, but it was like drawn and written by Steve Ditko was in there, and like so you get weird stuff. Yeah. Anything? What else we got going on here today? Anything? Yeah. Anything else you want to say to the goons or talk about?
No, just public discourse. Get out and protest if you're in the area and aren't happy with all the budget cuts for getting. Yeah.
Also, if you have Amazon Prime or whatever it's on, you can now, in the background of Stephen King's The Institute, catch Andre and myself.
Oh yeah, you finally got the background roll, eh?
Yeah, I gotta go back again on Friday too. So
nice. I guess you can't talk about what you did, but we'll look forward to seeing it when I see it.
But yeah. So check it out, everybody. You can catch your.
I'm actually not just in the background in season 1. I get a whole featured thing. I get an upgrade to be for an actor role. In the first season. So you'll see me free and clear right in the episode.
There you go. I think you'll see me too because something happens in front of me. But
nice.
Yes.
That's cool.
So check that out, everybody. Check us both out in The Institute. But yeah, I might as well get out of here, I guess. It's pretty late. Also, check out my band, Plain Simple Tailors, on YouTube, Facebook. We'll be loading up regular, very rough recorded on this mic right here, cuts of our songs, but covers, some originals. Check it out. Tunes.
You can check them out at the Subvert shows at the Miracle Cultural Center in the coming months.
That's true. I got the set down to 1 hour and 2 minutes.
No, I'm 1 hour, buddy. Sorry, can't do it. 40 minutes. I think I told you 45, didn't I?
What? 45? No, you said an hour.
Mm-hmm.
45. Can't do that.
There's kind of a few songs.
Hour and 2. We'll just play a little faster.
You're the only artist I think I've ever met that's demanding more time.
Oh, man.
Most people are happy to do their 45-minute set and get out of there with their money. You're like, more.
We weave a tapestry in front of your very eyes. And if you remove a thread from that tapestry, I mean,
it all falls to shit, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
we're playing simple.
Who am I to argue with the tapestry created by Plain Simple Tailors?
Precisely. All right. Well, you can. Well, you know what? Hold on. We got to do the homework. What's the homework? What is the homework?
What are we doing next?
What homework? Oh, we're starting the next one.
All I need
the next show
is for you to contact.
Oh, we starting next one,
Professor.
What are they up to?
What are they up to?
Yeah, watch the next one. Which is Wolverine and the X-Men, I guess, episode 1.
Yeah.
I actually don't. Is that on the old Disney Plus?
Yeah.
It is okay. Episode 1. Hindsight, part 1.
Is it a two-parter? Or a 3-parter?
Maybe watch 2, won't you?
Yeah, we're gonna take it as 1.
Why do you do this to me? I don't have time to watch 3 episodes in a day.
Is it 3 or is it 2?
That's probably. Let me look. Just let me look. All right. I don't see. Oh, wait, here it is. Hindsight part 1. 3 parts.
3?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we have to break it up then.
Yeah. We're just trying to save time before we get to the next series. Do we have a full date for when X-Men 97 is back?
Nope.
For sure. So we don't know. We don't know
just
if after.
Summer. They just say summer.
Okay.
I assume that means late summer, but who knows?
They haven't released anything, right? There's no trailer, no nothing.
Nope.
So could be a million years from now. Who knows?
Well, wasn't there a trailer, like a teaser there some bit ago? Maybe not.
Yeah. Wait, I think there was a minor one. Yes, there was. Because didn't we do a reaction to it?
No.
We didn't? Okay. 97 season 2. I don't think we saw anything yet, did we? It just says scheduled to premiere in 2026.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. That'll be after or in the middle of Wolverine and the X-Men whenever it drops. We'll pick it right up.
Not really. I mean, 10 weeks is not going to be the summer. If we watch, there's only 10 episodes, isn't there? Or how many is there episodes of this show?
No, it's more than 10.
Oh.
It's like 20-some.
Oh, shit, you're right. 25.
Yeah, that's why I was going to take the multi-parters as one. But, oh well. Doesn't really matter.
Don't guilt me into it.
Oh, I just wanted to compare it to Night of the Sentinels and all these other great 2s and 3s.
Well, it's the only part or is 1, 2, and 3. There's no other ones that have a part 1 and part 2 in the series.
Yeah, the end.
Oh, you're right. It's another 3 parts.
Yeah. And we can compare them.
Let's just assume that it's going to come out in like the winter and not the summer, as it probably will anyway, because everything they say is going to be one way is always way longer.
3's kind of a lot. We can do them individually. It's all good.
Thank God. Also, I forgot to mention the movie, and I probably recommended it when I saw it, but I feel like it's a movie you would appreciate, Davin. It's Begonia.
Begonia.
with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that feels as passionately about nature and the earth as you do, I feel like it's something you might be interested in. So check that
It's
out.
about begonias. I
No.
do like begonias.
Begonia. Do you know what a begonia is?
Yes, it's a flower. I love begonias.
It's actually
and fiber.
It's actually not a begonia with an E. Is a flower. A begonia, Bugonia, is something else.
Oh, BU. Oh,
Yes.
I don't know what that is. No.
So it's about a conspiracy nut and his simple-minded cousin who kidnap a CEO of a major pharmaceutical company, believing that she is an alien and that they control the earth and are ruining it, and they want to convince her to let them meet her alien masters, and have them leave the earth. And she's just a normal CEO person that's caught up in the situation. But it's very interesting. It's very, very good. And I don't know, I feel like you might like it. It's a little mean. Yorgos Lanthimos did it, the guy that did Poor Things and The Favorite, The Lobster, a lot of other cool, interesting movies. But yeah, I feel like you will like it. Check it out. I believe it's on Disney Plus, or it's on Amazon Prime.
All right, well, I'll check that out. And you should check out everyone here still listening.
Guy Gets podcast didn't have an episode this week because I don't have any more recorded, so I got to get on that. But yeah, some good episodes in there.
You got any more lined up? I sent you a couple you haven't done. No? Didn't go through, eh? All right.
I don't think I have anything. I think I'm caught up on the people that I had recorded. I had scheduled to record.
All right.
So a few more to come in line. Yeah, I do have. I still have to follow up with some people that wanted to like schedule for later because I couldn't do it at the time I talked to them. So I still have Diana Schultz and somebody else to talk to. So
Google.
So we'll see. But yeah,
get some more lined up. There will be more. On the
get me more.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess we should get out of here then. You can find us on the YouTube and the Facebook. We're still on the Twitch. Well, I've never been there myself. You can contact us at xmenreviewshow@gmail.com. Support us at patreon.com/xmenreviewshow. Get your merch over at redbubble.com/xmenreviewshow/shop. And find our audio-only version wherever you get your podcasts. And we are a mutant and proud part of the Swear to Pod Network. Oh, and you know what? Check out my interview on Thursday. We didn't do it yet because it's not Thursday yet. With the editor and story consultant of many, many comic books for Marvel, like the Star Wars stuff, Disney stuff, Star Trek, all the Trek stuff, like Heather Antos. So we're going to talk to her because it's the golden age of Trek comics and she's got her name on all of it. So,
oh, that's beautiful. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, looking forward to that. So yeah, check that out over on the Q Tours of Trek on the Swear to Pod Network.
Yay! Check out BS Bargain Bin too. I've been going through their back catalog trying to catch up. It's really fun. It's a great series.
Yeah, they're a good show.
Yeah, good. I'm on their episode on Idle Hands. If you remember that movie from 1990.
Oh, did you go on for Idle Hands?
No, I've been listening to everyone from the beginning. So I'm only on episode like 40 because there's like 100 and something in them. I only get to listen to them a few at a time to try to catch up. So, but I am around. I think I'm on Idle Hands right now. So,
right on. I do remember that movie. All right. Well, I guess that's it. Anything else X-Men related? I feel like there's something X-Men related. I don't know. Anyway, go read some X-Men comics. Oh, there's just been a relaunch. They're relaunching the X-Men again. So, maybe jump on board again and see how it goes. Yeah. All right. Well, catch you next time.
Next time.
Next time.
This program is a proud part of the Swear to Pod Network.